Hello everybody, Forest Month is here again today with a second video with my DPX HEFT 4. It is one from the best, I think, all-around knives I ever had. It was my EDC. It used to be my EDC for over a year. Then I went for a little bit down. I changed it for my tracker T4, the smallest, and I got two these because for the purposes a ZT-0200 folder, which is sturdy enough. I seen some Russia guy did a test. He simply beat the knife, I mean the ZT-0200, and the knife survived everything. So I said, okay, I don't need that big knife with me, but this is definitely a choice if you need some strong knife and you want to have compact knife. That's very important. This is very strong, very compact, all around. This is not slicer because of the thickness. You know, this knife is made as a kind of survival tool. If I will say, okay, DPX HEFT, so hostile environment, F means fighting tool, because they are making HEST, which is hostile environment surviving tool. So I think this is like more fighting tool, but I don't know. This black coated knife has another name in it, which is assault. So it says something. The name says something. So it's for assault because it is black. There's a black coating. Of course, they are making that like without coating with a sheet, same like Lion Steel M5, and also they're making, I think, with the wooden handle also. I'm not sure, but they are again these are cheaper. That's something. Okay, let's go for it. It is made of Nylox steel. As I said, it is hardened for 61 HRC. The Lion Steel M5 was 60 to 61. I don't know if there was a difference in spine and the edge, and this is simply 61 maybe. It weighs 200 grams, so it is lighter, 1.5 ounce lighter than Lion Steel M5, or 7.14 ounces. And we got a weight of original sheet, I don't have it here, 127 grams or 4.5 ounces, which is over than half of the weight. It has a thickness of 4.5. And they said, I got two informations here, and I believe this is thicker than the Lion Steel M5. So I believe in this it is 4.83 millimeters, so 0.3 millimeters. This is not really much. 0.19. Lion Steel M5 was 0.18, so there is a bit different, but there is something else in difference. Blade length is 10.5 centimeters or 4.13, so it is 1 centimeter shorter than 0.2 about than Lion Steel M5. Real edge is 9.5 centimeters, so from here to the tip 9.5 centimeters or 3.74. That one was over 4.33, something like that. Handle length is 12.5, so I'm counting in from this position to this, which is 4.92 inches, and overall length is 23 centimeters or 9 inches exactly. So it's just one centimeter bit over than 1 centimeter long, shorter than Lion Steel M5. So these knives are quite similar in the length, and I think in purpose. We got a G10 handle also, Cordura sheet, and I got the same price from 17th of November 2017, same as I did with Lion Steel. You can buy the knife for $138.24 US on Amazon.com, which the Lion Steel M5 was $175. So this is 30 7 about US dollars cheaper knife than Lion Steel M5. And I don't know, to be honest, why, because it doesn't look, because there's one centimeter different length, but everything there is same. I don't know if the Sleipner steel is a bit expensive, bit more expensive. This is definitely not the original edge. As I said, I changed it also. As you can see, I put a convex there because there was a really high secondary bevel, so knife bites in, but then, you know, it doesn't work nicely. And that's the main difference between in my eyes, between a Lion Steel M5 and DPX 4. This one, this is a saber grind, and there is no hollow grind, and I think the secondary bevel is higher. It means there's more steel on it. So that's why this is worse slicer than Lion Steel, but it is more sturdy knife. It stands simply much more things. You can unscrew this one. There is a place, you can see maybe someone another video. I got a compass there, and I think a couple of matches. And you need to use if I unscrew it, I'm using my Leatherman knife, but otherwise it will be good to have something maybe lashed here, which you can use for unscrewing it if you need it. I don't need it. I am not using it. It's simply there, and if I need it, I go to my Leatherman always. So you can see here, this is drop point. It is very comfortable. The grip is made for this one, so I don't want to say for stabbing, but push you in it. So it is kind of combat tool. It is nice. Yes, made in Italy, as you can see, for DPX gear. These 3 lines, I don't know how you call it, are for if you want to take the insulation out of a wire, so you can use this one for it. There is a, what is important, there is a hex size for, I'll show you. I don't know how sharp it is, to be honest. I did when I made it sharp. So yes, sharp. It is sharp. And now, because I got something here, you can use it for this bit. See that? There's sunshine there, so I can see it really. And of course, you can work with it with a screwdriver if you need. It is nice. There is a, maybe you can see a little silver inside. There is a small magnet, so the screws or these bits will not fall out, which is great. So what so many guys is pissed off of these, if this is, you know, if this is like survival tool or fighting, they're always trying to put some these bottle opener on their knife, even for the folder. Especially on DPX HEFT knife, there is this bottle opener is somewhere here, which in my eyes and physically it should be like that. It makes the blade weaker, and I definitely don't want it, especially on these knives. So okay, it is here, but for what? Even when I was kid, we learn how to open a bottle with a knife, just like that. For what is there? They increase the selling for the, I know, garden survivals. You know, they're making party. Oh, I got nice knife for 130-40 US dollars, and I can open a bottle with. You know, I'm a little bit pissed off. So I don't know, with some. I can't believe that someone put that so stupid things for such great knives. So anyway, there's a hole for your loop. Point of balance of the knife is similar as a Lion Steel M5, very close to that. So it is very versatile, very flexible knife for whatever you need. And even with this one nicely stops your thumb a little bit sharper, maybe, but it's not the big problem. Someone says that it is easy to sharpen the nylock steel. This is 61 HRC, and when I bought the knife, I had a bit trouble with to make it nicely sharp. It was sharp enough to serve, but I want to have it a little bit sharper. It was harder for me. I learned some more, so yeah, then I bought some better stones, and then some else. So simply now it is fine, but definitely because how thick the blade is on the secondary bevel, it is definitely not the carver. It is more like survival knife. It's going this way, so it is meant to be sturdy. As you can see here, how thick, I don't know, I hope you see that, how thick the tip is. Now you see that it is really, it is strong tip. Simply, you know, somebody thought about it to simply to this knife to survive, to be a company. Even as I said, it could be a company for these bigger and bigger knives as a cookery is, but compared to the lion steel, because the thickness, this is definitely not the best slicer. If you want to have knife as a slicer, more serving as a slicer, as a company for the truckers and these simply thick and heavy knives, maybe this one will be not the best choice, because simply this is not that good slicer. It slices nice, everything is fine, but not that nice as the say Lion Steel M5 or so many thinner blades, of course. So let's do something. Oh, sorry, I forget. The sheath. Now they are making the sheath exactly like this one is. So this is Lion Steel M5 and its sheath, but they're making the sheath now for this one. Soon before they're made these sheath, like, you know, it was crap. It looks great until you really need to use it. Someone didn't think about it even use. So there were a cover. There was a pocket, but the pocket was open. It was open like this one, and there was a cover from the top over the knife, and it simply locks on the Velcro here. There was no this loop, something like that. Simply when you open it, the knife was simply free. There was some there was a plastic insert also, but it was a little bit molded to hold the knife a little bit better. So when the sheath was open, and you just do this one, just turn it upside down, it didn't fall down. But when you start to do some moving, then it falls down. So that was really stupid. So you need to, if you had it on your belt, then you needed to open it in this way, in double size basically of the length. Then, because it was in full thickness, this one, so it won't fall back. So you needed to hold it. Then you pull the knife out, and then just it locks itself. But you know, you can't store anything there, because it was, you know, there was an angle when the knife was there. There was an angle like this one. So if there will be something smaller and you will do this one, it could fall down. There wasn't simply something close as a lock. So I don't know. It looks, and the back side was same like this one. So there was nothing different. So they changed it, and they're making the sheets like now, like this one. But I don't know why they simply. Well, so I made a sheet for myself. This is my first my style with the tech lock, and it is working nicely. I'm using the sheet until now. It could fall down, but I can lock it, and of course I can hold it upside down or somewhere where I need it. So it's working well. Knife, finally. Sorry. You can't really see so many videos, I mean use video for the knife. I don't know why, because this knife is great. It's slicing better than it was new with the original secondary bevel, because that was crap. So this one is working nice. You can hold it nicely for the, yeah, see that? That was the thickness. It is working now much better than with the convex. So now it's much better, but as a new one, it wasn't that good. What I realized, I had this knife so many times, so I try to chop with it. So if I chop, if I try to chop this one, of course you need to hold it, and I'm using basically what I hate on that. So I'm using this one to hook me a little bit there, but just a bit. But this is not a chopper. This is even lighter than Lion Steel M5 and shorter, so this is definitely not a chopper. And to try to chop with, I mean in this way, some branch, I mean thicker branch, is quite a job, but I'll show you. So Lion Steel M5 did it nicely. You can see I did 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5th stroke with the same reason. As you can see, it can't go through because it is too wide. It is too wide now, and the knife is simply not that heavy. There is not that power, so it is not meant to do it in this way. But it's nice and comfortable. There's no problem with it, but it is not meant for it. It is 4 inches blade. That's important. This is dried branch, 1 inch about. So as you can see, I can do it, but it is not. This knife is not meant for it. That's very important. Even what is different when you try to hammer the knife into something, there's a Lion Steel M5 got this like flat part. It is rounded, but basically you got this as a flat part. A flat part when you can use to smash it and use it as a sticking point. Here, unfortunately, you can't do it. So I'm thinking that I will simply cut off some I don't know, 3 millimeters here. Then this bottle opener will be here. Someone says I will take off all these, everything. Yeah, maybe because the knife will be 5 millimeters shorter, which could be different for someone. But basically, if you don't need it, it is great. You know, it accommodates your finger, your thumb here is great. But still, you know, I don't know how to say it. Okay, let's try to slice as I did with the Lion Steel. This is same dried wood. See, yeah, this is the problem. The knife, sorry, the wood is flies off because it is working more as an axe with the convex. So you know what I mean. I need to hold myself back to make these shavings, because otherwise it will fly off. Nicely, there is no problem. The problem is, you can see I'm a little bit fighting with it, but not because the knife is dull, but because I will slice it off if I push harder. So I'm trying to use it just as much power as I need to do the slice and keep the shavings on it. So like this one. So it is working nice. As I know, the difference price among all these models, because there's more of them, not just is quite enough. I think it is 40, about 40, maybe $50 only for the, say, assault version. The others, the more civilian, I mean, without the coding, even with the same sheet, I mean, of course, for the DPX HEFT 4, even the version was basically saying there is just no coating, and as I didn't find anything on it, so I don't know if just the coating costs to $50 guys. Well, I don't know. Okay, some guys over there, so I don't want to say I'm here. Now this one chops nice, you know, for the size. Yes, even here, and now it stops. See that? So that was too thick now. So you can see, well, notches. Square notches. But the knife is very friendly in your hand. You can feel it very naturally. I said the Lion Steel company is great. It's hard to say, and their designer is great also. Who designed this knife and who made it was a great job. Doesn't matter if it was someone from DPX, and DPX are absolutely great guys. I love it. And as I said, this tip is much more sturdy. It can stand something. You know, that's great. I don't say you can use it in some way as a neck knife, not because you will lose so much weight, but you can use just the skillet, because when you unscrew this one, you will have just the basic skillet, I mean the skillet of the knife, and I believe there is something in the middle, but I'm not sure if it was this knife. I'm not sure. So no. This is there is the space. There is the space somewhere here is the space, and you can use the skillet. So basically, if you make a Kydex sheet for yourself, just as for the, as I said, a little bit uncomfortable because there will be no handle, but still you will have full thickness. You know, you got a full size knife as a say a little bit neck knife. It will be still heavy. It will be still heavy. Say 200 grams without just these handles, which is not a really big deal, but maybe for someone, or even you can have a slimmer profile for someone, it could be something. It could mean something. Okay, let's go through some piece of wood. So, if we are talking about the chopping, sorry, where's the part? It wasn't that. doesn't look like that one. Like from this one, okay, doesn't matter. When you see this one, so of course I tried to do it because it was the same piece, just I split it in two. It was the same pieces when I did the same thing with the Lion Steel M5, and as you see in the video, I just made a basic one V-shaped hole, and then just I went through simply. This knife won't do it. It won't do it, simply because the thickness of the blade a little bit ask you for work as more as a with an X like that. So yeah, this knife simply is more sturdy, and it works not that sharp. So interesting is this very close length and weight and everything, even hardness. So I mean, it can be quite sharper. They are all of them, but this is more like survival knife. I mean, even for the size, you know what I mean. So it is made to stand something. They're making heft 6, by the way, so 6 inches blade is 6 inches blade, which could be better for someone. I'll be happy for version 5, because that 5 version with 5 inches blade is very versatile for basically everything. 6 is too much. It is like basically going to normal fighting knife. Well, I'm prepared because the blade is short, as I said. So I found this is not super good. This is some crap, but I did, you know, this is somewhere compared to the thickness, but I did it. So imagine with this knife, if you can go through, say, 3.75 of an inch wood. Definitely you can, because if you've seen the Lion Steel, what it can do, this is definitely can do the less thick wood, because this is more thick blade. Yeah, it wasn't that easy as I expected, but what I tell you, because I need to use the same technique, so as you can see where I smashed that, I hit myself also, not hit, but there was an angle, so the wood went in this way, which this is not problem. But when I hold the knife right on this position, I've been back here, so this one hurts. This is alright. It's not the problem, but this is the problem of the knife. So when you hold it, so you need to baton some smaller, say 3 inches things, 3 inches branches, I mean, and you will be fine. There will be no problem, especially with thickness. You can go, I think, even whatever wood you want to. So that was everything else. The tip. That was. So you can see, you've seen me what I did. I just stepped in and just use it as a leverage. So with this boot is crap, but not that crap. You know, it is not definitely this much more fresher oak. I will not do it in there, but there is no reason to do it. So say if I want to go through some wood because I need it, well, so I can. But it will be much more helpful if, say, you need to go some, say, old wooden doors or something like that, and you want to use this one. So this is flat, so that's much better. If that will be rounded, like my hammer was here, that will be really crap, because this is not exactly nice. This one will be flat and you can go like this way. So even sorry, I throw with the knife also because I trusted it, because it's really thick and you know, so I throw with the knife, and it was great. It can stand it. That's important. I didn't throw with my Lion Steel M5. I did throw with this, and great. Even I throw with the kukri. But I will not do it so many times because it's not so good for it. Well guys, I hope you've seen what this knife can do, some details, and my recommendation for this one. Most of these knives, as I said, is a company of my trackers and kukri or something like that. This knife is a little bit different. Most of the time I want to have as a company some better slicer than, of course, one of these knives is. And most of the time they are much more thicker. So this is 4.8 say millimeters thick blade, and there are 4.8 is Tracker T2, the second smaller, and T3, T1, kukri, they are thicker. So it is hard to say if this knife is the best company for these knives. This knife, in my eyes, can stand more as a alone knife, you see, but for the purpose. Simply, you won't have short knife which can stand something, which can do basically everything you need, but not so good like survival knife, you know, something in this way. It is good enough for everything, but not the best for, and is not best for anything. So that will be something. So this is not the best slicer. That's what I want to say. And definitely the tip is not, it is strong, but if you want to have stronger tip, because say for example the rounded trackers tips, and you want to have something sharper, so definitely this one will be not the choice. So what to do with the knife? You want to have some small short knife which can stand something, and for example X for whatever you need, or it could be a city or town knife, of course, because it is short enough. You can hide it nicely. It can stand so many things. You can use it as a tool with the hex here, with the wire stripper here, and with these tools. I mean, overall, even with the covered version, I mean this assault black version, it will work in law enforcement or something like that. So this is one from the interesting knives I had, because I bought it to stand alone. But when I'm going into forest, this is not my first choice. So as an EDC, super choice, especially in a city town. It's great for what it can do. It can do basically everything what you need. But in a forest, well, is, as I said, I want to have better chopper and better slicer. If not in one knife, so this one it could be Lion Steel M5, but not as a chopper. I mean for heaviness, but because longer handle and a longer blade. But as a company for the other knife, for some bigger knife. So that's why this is this could be the version 6 inches blade could be different thing, because there will be more chopping power, and simply, but that knife is quite expensive. You can buy basically so many knives, I mean for 6 inches blade, which maybe works better, depend of sale, let's see SC6, and so many knives, Bark River, say, Bravo 1.5 is that size, in CPM 3V, in very close price range. That's, well, that will be choice different, but as a handle, compared to Bark River Bravo series, basically all of them, this is much more better choice. They are not that slim, not that slip definitely. You can feel there's some traction, as you can see. It's just you know, very small, but it is there, so it is not slip. And basically the shape here holds your hand in it. I know that the Bark River's handle, I mean for the slipness, that now I'm talking about the slipness, how simply it could be slip, and basically the shape is, you know, it is like kind of narrow with some contouring for the palm swirl, but this is better. This is much more better, guys. So I will choose. There's blade, I mean the edge, with these handles. This is absolutely great handle made for using. Anyway, I'm sorry about that, but a little bit longer. So thank you very much for your attention. If you like that video, I'm happy, and press like if you like it, please, and see you next time. Bye.